Hey, David. You think aliens are real?
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
Wait, you don't?
Hey, guys. What's up? We can lead with that. It's fine. Welcome to episode 3. You made it. You did it. You survived. Welcome.
Why the voice?
I don't know.
In this episode, we'll each tell you our 5 favorite times Earth was visited by aliens.
In a movie, that is. If you want to listen to our conspiracy podcast, download Lizardcast on iTunes. Recorded from deep within the Great Lakes of the Internet Live, 2 men buried under bad movies and popcorn try their best to survive. But how long could that possibly last? Find out as you join Ethan and David in this episode of Feature Cast. I remember the first time I was visited.
Jesus.
By aliens. They came down and they said, Ethan, watch this movie. And I said, tell you what, I'll do you one better. I'm going to watch this movie and I'm going to make a podcast about it. And they gave me Air Buddies.
Jesus Christ.
And now...
Are we keeping this bit in?
Listen.
I have no idea what you're even talking about right now.
So the aliens visited. Alright, let's move on to our main subject today. If you haven't guessed already, we're going to be talking about times that aliens invaded Earth.
Now,
in movies.
We got a few stipulations for this, and that is that it cannot be a superhero movie.
Right, so, Avengers, go fuck yourself. That's not genuine.
Man of Steel.
Tony, my boy.
Get out of here.
Tony, my boy, I love you. Call me. Is it too late to be in Spider-Man Homecoming?
I mean, I could be Peter Parker.
I don't think you could.
I got some acting chops.
I could be Doc Ock.
Could you?
Yeah, probably. I look good in a trench coat. So we're gonna spend a little bit of time telling you about our 5 favorite movies where aliens invaded Earth when superheroes didn't stop them.
But first, we're gonna get on to our first impressions.
Yeah! I always forget we moved that. Hey, I saw a movie that had aliens in it recently. For the first time. Alien Covenant.
Oh!
Yeah.
How do you like that?
It was okay.
Yeah.
It was fine.
Wait a second. Did you say aliens visited us in that?
No, this is just a first impression. Fuck you.
Okay.
Technically, if you
if you want to get technical about it, the engineers were actually they created life on Earth, and the engineers were seen in this movie. And Peter Wayland is actually Pierce Brosnan.
Did you just take what I said about Prometheus? I was the one who brought this up.
Okay, so
okay, I just want everyone to think about this. Does Prometheus count as a movie where aliens come to Earth? Because in the opening scene, the engineers clearly come to Earth and start life on Earth, which starts the entire movie off. Does that count? Yes or no? That's all that I care about.
Maybe.
We're done with this episode. Cut,
Okay.
edit, paste, post.
Done.
Cut, edit, paste, post.
So Alien Covenant, though, pretty solid. I liked the sets were really good. The visuals were dope.
It looks beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I haven't even seen it, but that's just from the trailer. It looks absolutely...
You should
gorgeous.
really watch more movies if we're gonna keep this podcast going.
I watch movies at home.
Lazy motherfucker. You goddamn millennials. You killed Applebee's. How can you do it?
I read that article when I was out eating. I was like, I go out to eat all the time. I'm not killing any restaurant.
Fucking let me talk about the goddamn movie. Alien Covenant.
It's a movie about aliens.
It's a movie about aliens and a Covenant. The Covenant's the ship, not the Ark of the Covenant. That's a different movie.
I didn't like the fact that the trailer showed the alien, or the xenomorph.
Yeah.
Like,
I mean,
I don't like the look of them in this movie. They look so goddamn ugly.
They have a couple of different forms they take in the movie.
Oh, so
That's not really spoiling
the movie for
too
me?
much.
Yeah,
I don't know. Maybe. Things to look for in this. Catherine Witherspoon. Really good. I really enjoyed her. This is the first movie that I saw her kind of take a big lead role in like a... Not as good as Ripley. Probably not even as good as Naomi Rapace's character. So she plays Daniels, and it's actually really good. I enjoy it. I wanted to Danny McBride's character a little bit more.
Mr. I wear a cowboy hat?
Yeah, Tennessee was his name. And I just wanted a little bit more from him. But fucking Michael Fassbender delivered his fucking... Wow. That was a cohesive sentence. And
I have no idea what you just said.
it accurately describes how good he is in that movie.
So he did a good job?
He did a really, really good job.
Let me ask you this. Is it scary?
It's pretty scary.
Because I think,
Sometimes. It's not that scary.
Prometheus wasn't scary, like, at all. It's weird to see an alien movie and not even have any sense of fear.
Well, there were a couple of moments where, like, if I knew they weren't going to get out of it, I would be pretty scared because, like,
But everybody...
they're just in an open field at night and they start getting attacked at one point. And I'm like, oh shit. Like, these tiny little baby xenomorphs, just attack this dude's leg.
We should probably put, like, a possible spoilers.
Possible spoilers ahead if you haven't seen this movie yet. Even if you haven't, you can still listen anyway. Who cares?
People who care about spoilers.
But yeah, no, pretty solid cast overall. I really liked James Franco as a piece of toast. That was pretty good. That is so goddamn funny, and you need to watch the movie to understand. Or I can just tell you if you want.
No, I'm going to watch it. We're going to see it soon. On the 15th or something?
And you're gonna tell me as soon as you get done with that movie that isn't a fucking quality joke.
What do you give it? Let's go back to, like, school grades. What do you...
I'd give it 7 xenomorphs out of 20.
Out of 20? So, that's a really bad grade, I think.
No, I super solid. I would say it's a pretty solid movie overall. The ending's kind of predictable, but I still had a fun time. What did you see recently?
So... I don't really even know if this counts as a first impression. Kinda does. But I watched Batman vs. Superman, Dawn of Justice. The Ultimate Edition.
Okay.
And it's pretty trash still. Actually, it's super trash. It was painful. It's 3 hours long.
Good God. Dawn of fuck this.
Dawn of fuck this. It took me 2 sittings to get through it. Like, turned it on, and I just looked at it, and I was like, can't do this. I just don't care enough.
Why did you... What did you expect from the Ultimate Edition?
I just wanted to see what it was
like. Do you
like.
think they were going to completely redo the movie? That Doomsday wasn't going to be the bad guy, and Jesse Eisenberg doesn't shove his fucking used Jolly Ranchers down people's throats?
When that bit happens in the movie, and they cut away to Jesse Eisenberg walking through the ship, I was like, oh my god, they cut out the Jolly Rancher scene. I was so excited, because I thought it was gone.
Yeah,
and then they cut straight back to it, and I'm like, oh no, it's happening.
Yeah, no, it's not good.
They actually cut back, I think, to him pulling the Jolly Rancher out, and I was like, shit, it's happening. But that opening scene with Bruce Wayne is phenomenal.
Yeah.
Like, it's so sad because there's so many little pieces in this movie that are just so good. That might be the only one.
No, the warehouse scene's pretty good.
The warehouse scene
super
is
solid.
Okay, so like when Bruce Wayne or Batman is involved, we have a chance to have an okay scene.
I don't know. He was also in the Doomsday fight, and that was
no, he's
garbage.
Not. He's literally just like hiding behind a rock until he stands up and shoots his little like grenade.
His fucking water pistol.
Yeah.
I'll get you.
Like, he does nothing in that fight. And I just imagine like the entire fight from Batman's perspective, and he's just like, shit. It's also kind of weird to think, but like, if you didn't watch any of the trailers, because like I know that's a big thing right now, not watching any of the trailers, going to a movie clean or whatever. But if you didn't know Gal Gadot was Wonder Woman, it would be so weird. Like, she's just this random woman who appears, and she all of a sudden
it's just some fucking person.
It's like, wait a second, she just stole Bruce Wayne's flash drive, and then like, oh, we're just gonna email her real quick, and it's like, what the fuck?
Honestly, she acted more like Catwoman until this fight.
And then we like cut to her on the plane, and she just appears. And it might actually be a pretty cool reveal once you find out who she is, if you didn't know. It's also really weird, but like on the cover of the Blu-ray, she's just front and center right in the middle. And it's like, like she's probably in the movie for 15 minutes of actual on-screen time, around there. 10 to 15 minutes if I had to guess.
Yeah, she's not a super prominent part of the movie. I still liked Wonder Woman in it.
Oh, I think she was great, and that score, so good. But the final fight scene is trash. Doomsday looks so fucking horrible. It's like the worst thing. Like I was like, maybe it'll look better. Maybe I just remember it really bad. And then I watched it and I was like, holy shit. This is bad.
This is abysmal. Yeah, it's pretty fucking awful.
Yeah.
The thing about trailers though, if you watched the third or final trailer or whatever you want to call it for that movie, it literally gave you every single plot point of Batman v Superman. Like, I almost didn't watch it in theaters because I was like, I know it, but I watched it in theaters anyway, and I even bought a cup.
Hey, who put this mason jar of Granny's peach tea over here?
Let me just get a sip of that.
Such a bad bit. But like the movie, that bit didn't work either.
The movie was worse than that bit, so I'm still in the right. Let's move on to our main topic, which we already teased in the beginning, so you know what we're talking about.
Aliens. How do you feel about them?
I feel sometimes they're good, sometimes they're bad. I like it when they're a little bit of both. You know what I'm saying? Get that moral gray area going on.
Do you think for alien movies, the best movies that we've seen from the genre has taken place on Earth or off of Earth?
On Earth. For sure. Yeah.
So like you wouldn't say Alien or Aliens?
I mean, I do think they're really good, but they're not the only good ones. I think there's a lot more technically also takes place on Earth and isn't an alien movie.
Is Matt Damon an alien though?
No.
He's an alien. He's the Martian. He is the Martian.
Did you see the movie, or did you just look at the poster and make these assumptions?
I read the book, actually. The book's so damn good.
That's also not in the book!
Yeah, no, I was just fucking with you. But, dude, the book's so good. We kind of came up with this topic, and we both went our separate ways and came up with our top 5.
Not in any particular order, though.
No, I don't. This is not.
I don't want to rank these.
No, not at all.
But these are just some super, super solid alien encounter movies.
I would say with the thought that I put into this list, it's my top 5, but if somebody was like, hey, wait, what about this movie? I'd be like, shit, I didn't put that much thought into it.
Right, you're right. So I'd say we just go 1 and then 1.
Well, I think we have one movie that crosses over.
Okay, do you want to talk about that one first?
Yes, which is Arrival.
Ooh, what a damn good movie.
It's so fucking good. Directed by Denis Villeneuve.
Denis Villeneuve.
God, this guy just can't do any wrong.
No. Denis Villeneuve. I just want to say his name.
He's so damn good.
Oh, yeah.
I saw this movie in theaters and it had me enthralled.
Oh yeah, the entire time.
As soon as it starts, I didn't want to leave.
Oh yeah.
And once it finished, I just wanted to start it over and watch
Some
it again.
of the best uses of the Kuleshov effect for all you filmmaking nerds out there. It's really good. I really like. Man, do you know what a Foley artist is? Man, J edits.
Are we
Man.
gonna have a Foley artist reference in every single episode?
Yeah.
Nice. I also thought it was really cool that they actually created a physical ship.
Oh yeah.
On the set, which is so cool because like nowadays everything is just throw up a green mat.
Yeah, we're gonna put a little green mat.
Green mat it.
Hey, Bradley, you want to bring the green mat out? Thanks, Bradley. No, but the set designing was fucking rad. Everything about this movie is really, really good. It's amazing for multiple rewatches, which I was worried about. Because I sat there at the end. I was in the very, very last screening for a day, okay? And I just sat there for, I would say, 10 minutes past the credits, and I was just sitting there at the edge of my seat. I had the big reclining seat and everything, and I just sat there, my feet on the ground, leaning forward like, holy shit.
Do you have any issues with the film?
Forrest Whitaker doesn't do a lot.
No, he doesn't. That's right. And he was, if I remember the poster correctly, he was pretty big on that poster.
Yeah.
I'd say there's 2 things that, one, kind of silly, and that's when the general comes up. When he comes up and he's just like, here are the magic words, basically, to stop World War III.
I mean,
it's just like,
yeah, he's gotta though. Otherwise, it's not gonna work.
For how much work and effort was put into everything else, I wish that was thought out a little bit more. And apparently, I remember I read somewhere what the actual words were that he says, because we don't actually hear them in the film, and they are so damn stupid.
It's if they're not in the movie, then it's something I probably feel you should just imply rather than actually knowing. Like I get why they didn't actually tell you what the words are, so I'm cool with it. I think it's kind of dumb how, you know, when they're in the helicopter and they're going there and they're like, why are you both here? Or, well, they don't say that, but we kind of say that as an audience. And they're like, we need the linguistics and also the science man. And the science man don't do shit. He didn't learn anything. They focused on language the whole goddamn time, and I'm right.
You know what he's there for? That amazing voiceover.
That's true. He did do a pretty dang good...
How did you feel about the voiceover part?
It was fine.
There's something about his voice and just...
Jeremy Renner's.
It's so soothing.
Soft.
Like, normally that
but still rough and coarse voice. Easing you into a state of relaxation.
Sounds nothing like Jeremy Renner. I'm just a man with a bow. But...
I have a bow and arrow. We got a super fast guy. That's almost Al Pacino. Okay. Voices are not our strong suit.
Nope. But I feel like normally that kind of scene would pull me straight out of a movie. But like I was so into the movie then, I was just like, oh, sweet, more information for the movie that like builds it and makes it better. Mm-hmm. Even though I feel like they could have... I would have been totally cool with a 4.5 hour cut of this film where they didn't do the voiceover. Because like they just go from like, we have no communication. We're walking, and then it's like boom, we got this new iPad app over here where it's like build a circle language, and I would like to see that right there is its own film.
Also, check out our new app, Build a Circle Language.
Dude, I would totally buy that app if I could speak in their language.
But yeah, overall, Arrival, super, super solid. Let's move into some of our next ones then.
Yeah. Do you want to...
I can kick this party off. Let's go right in it with a childhood favorite of mine. Something I actually bought on Blu-ray for my mom recently because I'm a great kid. I bought her the Iron Giant. Oh my god.
Was that a shameless call out to yourself?
Yeah, I just want people to think I'm a good kid. I'm a legal adult.
Just a bunch of like 13-year-olds over here recording.
My favorite movie is the Angry Birds movie.
We shouldn't make fun of the young kids. They're probably going to be our biggest listeners.
My early movie memories. When Jurassic World is the first movie I saw in theaters.
Christ, don't even get me started with Jurassic World.
So Iron Giant, fucking love that movie. Brad Bird at some of his finest work. Also did
Incredibles.
The Incredibles and Tomorrowland. The Iron Giant, though. Beautiful, beautiful film. Really, really vivid and immersive characters. Like, I definitely feel the world I'm in. Also, if it wasn't for Iron Giant, you never would have gotten Vin Diesel as Groot. So, suck it, Marvel fans. I don't know why I said suck it.
We hate all the Marvel fanboys out there. We're Team DC so hard.
I mean, I do hate myself a little bit, so it works out.
When was the last time you saw the Iron Giant?
Probably not more recent enough. But
I was gonna say, like,
I try to watch it at least once a year. Honestly,
is that actually true?
Yes,
so you've seen it within at least 2 years ago.
Yeah, I absolutely love the Iron Giant. So definitely check out the Iron Giant. It's a gem of a movie. Super emotional, unexpectedly. The end always makes me cry.
Did it win Best Animated the year it came out?
Actually, fun fact about the Oscars, they didn't have awards for animated features yet.
Oh.
Yeah, that's why like Beauty and the Beast got nominated for Best Picture, because it didn't have anywhere else to go. I want you to guess what the very first animated picture Oscar went to.
It was? Oh no,
2001 is the first year.
I don't know.
Somebody once gave me an Oscar from my movie. I am a
Seriously?
green ogre. Yep.
Jesus.
Fun fact.
It's really weird to think about. Did wow.
So good thing Iron Giant didn't get an Academy Award, but Shrek did. I'm not bitter at all.
So the first movie on my list is The Thing.
John Carpenter's.
John Carpenter's The Thing, not the
other one.
Yeah, the other. Well, I mean the other two, I guess. Which I probably saw this for the first time 6 years ago or so. Mm-hmm. and it just surprised the hell out of me.
Crazy visual effects.
Insane visuals, and just the suspense.
Oh, yeah.
And the ending. Oh, it's probably up there as one of my favorite endings of a movie.
Also one of the scariest fucking, like, aliens in a movie whatsoever. Like,
yeah.
You never know what you're gonna get.
No, and the entire time you're watching it, you're just playing head games to think about who is the thing.
Mm-hmm.
And honestly, I don't even want to say anything too much about the actual plot or what happens.
Even though we spoiled almost all of Arrival.
Did we? Yeah, we did. Damn. Yo, we should put like a little spoiler tag. Everything gets spoiled. No, I mean, okay, it's like a 30, 40-year-old movie. Whatever.
So yeah, the thing's super spooky, super good.
But like, every single time I see Kurt Russell now, I just think about his performance in The Thing and how cool he was. And I love it.
Classic. I'll get another one on here. Contact. The classic Jodie Foster film.
Now, I just started watching Contact the other day.
Mm-hmm.
First time I've seen it.
Okay.
Didn't finish it. Wasn't really feeling it that night. Do the aliens actually ever come to Earth?
I don't think you're gonna have to watch the movie.
Okay.
So that means I can't spoil this one because you haven't seen it.
Mm-hmm.
Very good ending. Like, I really enjoy how everything ties up. It's not what you expect in a very good way. It's interesting. Jodie Foster is absolutely amazing in it. It's well worth watching the whole thing. I'm surprised you don't know how it ends yet.
Yeah.
Because it's kind of a pretty iconic ending.
No, I haven't really heard that much. I don't hear people talking about Contact. I feel like it's...
Which is a goddamn shame, and that's what I'm here to fix. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Contact Podcast. We only talk about Contact.
Contact Cast?
The
Comcast?
Comcast. Comcast, you got it. Jodie Foster, again, at the top of her game. I don't want to go too much into it if you're still finishing it.
And you got a nice young Matthew McConaughey.
Oh yeah, super young.
Yeah, it's weird.
He's still pretty good in it too, though.
It's probably right around like a Time to Kill.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, I guess that's all I get to say about Contact for now.
Comcast?
Next episode, you're gonna have to tell me what you think of that movie, which means you gotta finish that movie.
Ooh.
I want to talk about Contact. Contact.
I have Charter right now, but
Fucking hate you.
I will try to sit down
okay.
and finish the movie.
Okay. So until you do that, you got to tell me what you have seen for alien movies then. What's your next pick?
My next pick is Attack the Block.
Okay. Edgar Wright produced.
Very
John Bodega.
Very Edgar Wright-esque.
Yeah. What happens when aliens attack
the block?
Yeah. Attack the block. Wonder how they came up with that name.
It's one of the funnest. It's probably the funnest alien movie.
Do you think they chose that name because Invasion on the Street just didn't sound as catchy?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
But like it's a. Have you seen it? No.
But I don't have
to. Are you even an Edgar Wright fan?
He didn't. All he did was produce it.
Okay, watch the film though.
It's been on my list for a long time.
It's basically like he directed it.
Okay.
It feels so much like an Edgar Wright film. The aliens also are all practical, which is super cool, especially when you see their design. It's one of the coolest alien designs I've seen. Just like how I haven't seen Contact, you haven't seen Attack the Block.
Let's I feel bad about it.
And next week we'll discuss.
All right, we're even now. Even though I don't think Attack the Block is going to be as good as Contact. Here's a fun fact, and I could be wrong on this.
You really want to make that bad?
I really like Contact. I could be wrong on this, and I'm sure she will call me out if I am. But if I remember correctly, one of my mom's favorite movies is Contact. Shout out to my mom.
If I had to say this right, I bet she would like Attack the Block more. Shout out to Ethan's mom.
All right, okay, so then...
I don't even want to say anything about it because, like, it's so...
It's same thing. We won't spoil these movies for each other. Let's just move on to the next one.
Seen it.
I'm sorry, David.
It's so damn good.
This is exactly how I feel about that Contact shit.
Contact is just bland.
Fuck you.
This is produced, basically directed by your favorite director. Like, what movie are you most excited for this year, Ethan?
Baby Driver. So, let's go into a movie which I will be goddamn... shocked if you have not seen this yet. E.T.
I've seen it.
The extraterrestrial testicle.
I haven't seen it for a long time.
And I bet you haven't seen the extra testicle because I made a joke there. That's a little goof. Shout out to all my 3 testes fans. That could either be fans of us that have 3 testicles or people that are just fans of 3 testicles. E.T., though, is a children's movie.
You know, E.T. kind of looks like a giant testicle.
You're not wrong.
Like, if he was just standing
but
there
I
with his
don't
arms
think
crunched up.
I don't think you're
Crunched out.
I don't think you're right.
He comes out of Anatomy Park. Oh, Rick and Morty joke.
I think that's all we got to say about E.T.
No, E.T.'s...
Made me love Reese's Pieces. Made me scared of bikes.
Isn't it weird how a movie made you love a candy?
And also hate bikes. I wasn't actually that scared of bikes. I just didn't want to fly anywhere because I feel like I wouldn't be that good at it.
Honestly, I gotta go back and watch E.T. again.
It's a classic.
Like,
some of the CGI does not hold up as well as I would have hoped.
Yeah.
Like Jurassic Park is still super solid, right?
Super fucking solid.
But specifically the bike flight scene, there's some parts where I'm like, oh, ew. Like when it's just their silhouettes, beautiful, stunning. Mm-hmm. But when it's them like from like an eagle eye shot down over the trees.
Should we talk about Eagle Eye?
Like an eagle eye shot down of them going over the trees. It's just kind of like, you know?
And I feel like that's the time frame of movies where we...
Overall, still fucking super solid, though.
So...
What you got next for us, boy?
My next movie is District 9.
Neil Blomkamp?
Mm-hmm. Neil Blomkamp, who has now gone on to make Trash and then more Trash.
Okay, I'm gonna disagree with you. Elysium was an interesting premise that could have been a lot better, but they didn't. I will admit they didn't do it that well, but it was still cool to see Jodie Foster as a powerful figure again, kind of like in Contact.
Jodie Foster's character was not cool. She had a weird accent.
You have a weird accent. Fuck you.
And then we have Chappie, where they actually have subtitles for people who speak in English.
Technically not English. It's Afrikaans.
I haven't seen Chappie. All I saw
fucking hate
is
you.
when I walked in when I was ushering one day, and I saw the subtitles, and I walked straight out.
No,
I was like,
Chappie's fine. It's not great, but it's not bad.
Shout out to Hugh Jackman's mullet.
That was pretty damn good, actually. That was
I
enjoyed it.
Patel in that movie too?
Yes, he was. He raised Chappie. You should see Chappie.
Oh.
It's worth a watch.
I might. Marissa likes it.
I enjoyed it. But District 9, let's stay
District
on the
9.
main topic, even though you can kind of bundle all of them together.
Shout out to episode 1, because District 9 and Never Back Down, I think I saw both of those movies in theater around the same time. District 9 was just this movie that came out of nowhere.
Oh yeah.
Like the CG in that movie was insane.
If I'm remembering correctly, under $100 million for the budget.
The budget was an estimated $30 million, which is
holy shit.
Which is insane, because like Guardians this year was a budget of $200 million. Pirates, Dead Men Tell No Tales was $250 million. Mm-hmm. So $30 million, and this movie looks so goddamn good.
Yeah.
Especially for a 2009 movie. It also really, as far as for me, gave me my first look at Charles Copley, mm-hmm. who has kind of gone on to do some weird movies.
Yeah. But
I definitely like the guy.
Yeah.
Like, there's something about him that just, it's unique, you know?
It's when, if you just look at like the trailers and read what it's about, you don't get a good picture of what the movie is, because it basically boils down to what life would actually be like. It doesn't feel as much like an invasion movie as it does kind of like a concentration camp.
It really, it's all about,
like, it's aliens come to Earth and we're complete dicks to them.
Yeah, we're just
which
like,
is
wait a second.
weird.
You guys didn't follow the proper procedures.
Yeah.
You guys didn't file for it.
Yeah. All right, so I'm going to go a little out of order here in terms of how we're going, just because I wanted to segue a little bit. If they wanted to do the proper order, they should have gone the same route most of the characters do in your next movie, Men in Black.
Okay, yes, Men in Black is my next film. There were a few movies that were fighting for my final spot. It was between Men in Black, which got it. Also, At World's End.
Which is a weird choice, but it qualifies. Yeah, it's
I just
Aliens.
enjoyed it so much. It was so much fun. Just I didn't like it as much as the other two in the Cornetto trilogy.
Okay,
So-
we can do a Cornetto episode later down the road.
Okay.
I'm cool with that.
And the third film that was fighting for the spot was Edge of Tomorrow.
Men in Black. I'm glad it's on the list because it's very, very different from a lot of these other movies. It's super, super funny. And I just had a blast when I was younger watching it. Like, I loved Men in Black growing up. Tommy Lee Jones, Will Smith, not Josh Brolin, because that was the bad third movie.
The second movie is not as good, still fun. The third movie, not fun, bad.
No, but the first movie is still, it really holds up for me. Like,
also
it's
got
super fun.
Terrifying. When I was watching this as a kid, Vincent D'Onofrio as Cockroach Man, dude.
Oh, God.
Scared the shit out of me.
Oh, yeah.
Like, I was legitimately scared of his character. Every single time he came onto screen, all of his mannerisms freaked the fuck out of me.
He's a spooky dude.
I feel like when it came out, it was loved, but I don't think people actually looked at it as like, wow, this is like a super actually solid movie. But like, the world that they built is just so fucking cool. Like, the
whole
pawn
agency,
store, the
the
dog is amazing.
The dog's really good. I also love the cat with Orion's belt built in. I like that
and
connection.
all the different guns, honestly, are so cool.
You know, okay. I will
Smith-
say there's one kind of dumb thing in it. Well, there's probably a lot of dumb things in it. I gotta say the travel system by way of toilet flushing was kind of dumb.
Harry Potter stole it.
Listen. Still dumb. Just because somebody else also did a dumb thing doesn't mean it's not dumb.
It's dumb, but
it does fit in the movie.
Fun at the same
It
time.
fits in the movie, so
And,
it's fun.
like Will Smith, his bit when he's applying for the Men in Black,
And he's in the uncomfortable chair with the paper and the
when
pencil.
he shoots the little girl, he was like, "Well, this dude's just over here trying to get a workout on, and she's standing here." It's such a God. It's damn good. Will Smith at the height of his
Oh yeah,
Will Smith
that
ability.
was the peak.
Yes.
What are we? Some sort of Suicide Squad?
I don't want Suicide Squad touching this episode.
Another super, super fun space movie with aliens and Earth and shit. Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy.
Never seen it again.
What the fuck? Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy, though, super, super fun. I'm a huge Douglas Adams fan. Love the books. The movie's not as good as the books, but still really good things in it. You have Martin Freeman as an amazing casting choice.
Before he was probably really known.
For Arthur Dent. I mean, he had really done not a lot up before then in terms of an American audience. This was like one of his first big things. And it wasn't even that big. You also have Sam Rockwell as this eccentric space pirate. Zoe Deschanel as the love interest because that was the time.
That's a really cool indie cast.
But you also have Alan Rickman as this depressed, paranoid android Marvin who brings so much just amazing dark humor and nihilism to this movie. That's this wonderful, wonderful space movie that has all these wonderful characters.
And do you think your love for the book blinded you towards the movie?
Well, no, because I still love the book way, way more. And they did a lot of things wrong in the movie that did bug me. But I don't know. I really enjoyed it. I had a lot of fun. And it might have been that I was just younger when I saw it, so it might not hold up as well. I haven't seen it super, super recently, but I had a lot of fun with it. See, the new Guardians, we haven't talked about it yet, but the second Guardians feels very Hitchhiker's Guide to me, which is a very good thing. It's not necessarily a great thing for Marvel because that's a weird turn for them, but I really, really enjoyed that approach for it.
You know, this brings me back, actually. Does Guardians 1 count... Oh, no, we said no superheroes.
Exactly. Exactly. No superheroes.
Yeah, no. So which one would you rather say I should watch? Contact or Hitchhiker's Guide?
You don't have to watch Hitchhiker's Guide right away, but definitely watch Contact. If you're listening at home and you haven't seen any of these movies, what are you doing? Go watch some goddamn space movies. You freak. All right, so I think that kind of wraps up our main topic. That was fun. Mm-hmm. Cool times. Let us know your guys' favorite alien invasion movie. Remember, no superheroes. So if you come at me with some Avengers shit, you're banned. Oh my God. I might not be banned, but I don't know if you say
we'll appreciate the comment.
Yeah. So let's move right along into our fix and pitch.
Fix and pitching time.
Fix and pitching time. So, as always, we're going to start with the fix. David, it's actually your turn to fix a movie.
So,
what you got for us?
It's kind of topical. I watched it now about 2 or 3 weeks ago. Mm-hmm. But it was War of the Worlds.
Okay.
The 2005.
So the Tom Cruise, Steven Spielberg
film. Yep. I think it's a pretty solid. Okay, it's a fun movie. Mm-hmm. But there's definitely a few things that could use some improvement. First of all, super annoying is the lighting in this goddamn movie. I don't know what is going on, but everything is being blown out.
It's day-night. It's always day-night.
Yeah.
So it's you have scenes that are supposed to be at night or in the evening, and it's man, it's so fucking bright out.
But it's over bright that everything in the back, it's just blown out. It's weird. It's ugly. It's really fucking ugly.
Okay, so one thing I'm assuming you're gonna fix up the ugliness.
Yes.
Well, let's put ILM on it. Industrial Lights and Magic. Come on.
Yep.
Do your work.
And then the movie's a bit better. No, but the first thing is cutting out Justin Chatwin's character, Tom Cruise's son. Mm-hmm. He's so fucking annoying. Honestly, he's just he shows up to Tom Cruise's house and within 12 hours breaks a window, which Tom Cruise throws the baseball, but the son lets it go past and breaks the window. I would be pissed if I was Tom Cruise. I'd be no, go back to your mom. I don't want you here. And then Tom Cruise takes a nap and he wakes up and Bobby steals the car and he doesn't have a driver's license. This is a horrible kid.
Yeah, fuck this kid.
Fucking get him out of the movie. Cut him.
Get him out of here.
Him being in the movie creates Tom Cruise to actually have these scenes where he's being mean to Dakota Fanning's character, which I want the movie to be about Tom Cruise trying to build this relationship back up with Dakota Fanning, right? But we don't really get that big of a story behind what happened with Tom Cruise and his wife in the movie. Mm-hmm. They're obviously separated,
right?
But we don't get to figure out how often Tom Cruise gets to see the kids or something. So maybe if we get a little line in there or something about when was the last time we saw each other, that'd be kind of nice to clear it up, because when she gets there, the wife just storms through her house and picks apart every little thing that's wrong with the house, which is annoying. But I like it being basically kind of a road trip movie away from the aliens, right?
Yeah.
With still being able to show those parts,
the fear and the scariness of the aliens,
exactly,
but still having the emotional connections.
Yes. The other part that really stops the movie in its tracks as it is right now is the Tim Robbins part. They go into this basement, they meet crazy Tim Robbins. It's crazy Tim Robbins. He's so goddamn crazy in this movie.
You can't stop him. He's so crazy.
I want something like that, but that scene feels like it's fucking 2 hours long. It's so goddamn slow. It's not fun. What I want is a normal character, right? We can still have him trying to be the Resistance, but having him be at least right in mind,
Right.
And I think because it's such a good scene when the little alien head starts coming through and checking out the basement, and I think it'd be really cool if that was at the point where he accidentally gets caught and he gets taken by the aliens, and that causes more heads to come through and panic, and that's when Dakota Fanning gets taken and Tom Cruise sacrifices himself to go up there basically to try to save her. I think that would be cool, and that way we show Tom Cruise actually. So this is something that we could be working through the entire movie, that we're building up to this moment of sacrifice for Tom Cruise.
Have it way down on him
through the movie. Some point I think we need to see Tom Cruise actually kill somebody, because that is also another powerful moment, that step that he takes to protect his daughter in the movie, and it works well with Tim Robbins, but I don't want Tim Robbins' character in my film to be
The guy they killed.
Yes. Maybe it's another person who tries to jack the car. I also think it's important that Dakota doesn't know what Tom Cruise has done. But Tom Cruise needs to know what he is doing to protect her, because it's his character building.
All right, quick pause. I think a lot of people might have caught on about our secret, David, that this isn't actually just a movie podcast. This is a Tom Cruise podcast. Welcome to Welcome to Cruise Cast, motherfuckers. Bet you didn't expect that shit.
Can we intro with that, actually?
No, I'm kidding, of course. It's weird that we gotta go on a not talking about Tom Cruise for a little bit.
So maybe our topic next week is my favorite not Tom Cruise film.
That's so actually, no, it would just be my normal favorite movie. But no, I think that actually does solve a lot of the problems with it. You build more on the emotions between them, and it's a much more powerful film. Because I felt like it had decent scenes, they just didn't earn anything.
Because nothing makes me more mad in that movie than when Bobby runs off, right? He's the most selfish asshole in that movie, where he decides to leave his sister, go fight the army, all the trucks blow up, and then at the end of the movie it's like, hey look, Bobby didn't die. It's like, no, Bobby 100% is dead in the actual cut. Like, definitely dead. And I'm totally cool with like the keeping the same ending as this one. I kind of like it. I know people make fun of it all the time.
If you lead up to it right, then it's fine.
So that's it for the fix. So what is your pitch for this week?
All right. So I actually have two kind of pitches.
Oh God.
So the first one was my actual pitch that I was starting to prep for and was wanting to build something unique out of it. And then I had this eureka moment of, that's interesting, but this is fucking funny. All right, so here's the original pitch that I had prepped for. Okay, on topic, it was going to be an alien invasion movie, but from the point of view of a substitute teacher and his third grade class on a field trip. So they all think this is just a normal, cool field trip, and he's terrified. But he's also like a new substitute teacher and wants to he's like, I gotta show these kids what life is about. I'm gonna change these kids' life. It's gonna be like a Charlie Day type character.
Okay.
Right? And so he's basically having to, one, freak out and also still protect these third grade kids. Like, they're literally children. And two, he also has to, be a good teacher. He's gotta be like, well, that's a UFO. And that means we got aliens. And I think Charlie Day would be a good pitch for that, because it basically is just a combination of his character from Fist Fight, which wasn't that good, and Pacific Rim, which was pretty good.
I love his character in Pacific
Rim. Yeah. So I think that's a good blending. I think it'd be interesting. But fuck that shit, because guess what I'm gonna fucking tell you right now, okay? This is a movie. And I just want people to know where this came from, okay? The only reason I'm pitching this is because I really got a good giggle out of my Fraggle Rock joke last episode, and I just want to also do something else with that. So it's not a Fraggle Rock movie, okay? It is going to be a very well-known movie, but done very differently, okay? This is... Are you ready?
Yep.
Is everyone at home ready? Are you sitting down?
Give me a second. Okay. I mean, no noise.
Okay. Here we go. Listen to this. Jim Henson's Avatar. So you get rid of all of the cool 3D spectacle, and it's just Muppets. So it's basically like it's just Pocahontas at this point. You have none of the flash and cool stuff, okay? So that means you actually have to focus on a real story.
Oh God.
And legitimate characters.
The unobtainium.
And here's the thing. I think Jim Henson, if he were still alive, could do a decent job with that, because The Dark Crystal is nowhere near any of his other work. It's a very, very weird, mystical fantasy movie that doesn't really have a lot of jokes in it and is terrifying for a kid. And I'll tell you how I know that. I was a kid when I watched it. Gave me nightmares, okay? I think it would be very, very interesting to see his take on a movie like this, where it's this beautiful, beautiful world, which we all know that Jim Henson's capable of creating in such gorgeous shows as Fraggle Rock. It sounds like a joke, but I legitimately love Jim Henson, and I legitimately love Fraggle Rock. Okay, but I just want to see. I want to see
you just want to
the
see
magic.
Avatar.
I do. I want to see what everyone says is the magic of Pandora. Like, there were people that legitimately killed themselves because they could never be on Pandora. Like, you wouldn't kill yourself over a Muppet. So, one, I'm saving lives, which I think is a pretty important thing. Like, I don't think
it's so good.
I don't think you fixing War of the Worlds saved any lives. It actually killed a life. You got rid of a kid.
He ruined Dragon Ball Z.
All right. That's fair. It's like killing baby Hitler. It's justified. So
Jesus, I hope he doesn't listen to this. Poor Justin.
So obviously I have very, very little prep for Jim Henson's Avatar. But it's a damn good
We
title.
should rename the episode
To Jim Henson's Avatar?
Fraggle Rockin' with Jim Henson.
That's my other podcast. Fraggle Talk is my other podcast.
That's actually your first pitch.
Okay.
I thought... I mean, unfortunately what I thought of was Joseph Gordon-Levitt's character in The Dark Knight Rises when he is trying to calm all the kids back onto the bus. And much darker than your pitch.
A little bit.
Like, hey, we're actually all gonna die.
Yeah.
No, I like it. I like it. It's a thing.
I feel like I had a decent pitch, and I just fucking threw it away to make this Jim Henson bit.
You did.
And
Yeah,
for that, I
for
do
the bit.
not apologize.
Okay, so moving on to our last segment of the episode, which is our question from last week, which was...
Best foreign language to English adaptation. It might have been a slightly different wording, but that's the gist of it.
Oh boy.
So, okay. There were a lot of things that came to mind, and we both have really good ones. I think we have two super, super solid ones, okay? So, I'll go with mine first.
Yeah.
So, it's David Fincher's The Girl with the Dragon Tattoo.
Pretty solid film.
Super, super gorgeous. However, super similar to the original,
Yep.
okay? He didn't really change a lot. So, I prefer the original because you also get 2 more movies. Or, if you watch the Millennium Edition, which is the quintessential version in my opinion.
What is that?
It's basically, it's a super, super long extended cut broken down into like 10 episodes.
Where can I watch this?
It's on Netflix. The extended edition, it's the Millennium Edition is what it's officially titled, kind of, but on Netflix, just find it as the Dragon Tattoo Trilogy Extended Edition, okay? It breaks it down into 6 parts, each one roughly about 93 minutes, okay? So you get a lot of story, and it basically comes into a really, really good mini-series that was also a really good 3 films. Super, super solid. Highly, highly recommend the original, but the new one, the English adaptation is still super solid because, I mean, it's David Fincher. Like, what are you gonna not be good? Like, it's a master at work.
Panic Room's not that great.
I fucking love... What is your problem with Jodie Foster films that I love? Listen.
Wait, do you like Panic Room? I thought
do
you
like
hated it.
I like Panic Room. I like it a lot. I don't like the game.
That's right, you don't like the game. The game's so damn much better.
Okay.
So damn much. It's so much better.
So damn much better.
So much better.
So damn much better.
The game
I'm
is...
keeping so damn much better.
No. The game... Dude, these are all shirt quotes eventually one day.
No, Jodie Foster's great. She's not in Dragon Tattoo.
Is Kirsten Stewart also great?
In that one, yeah.
Yeah, she actually is pretty good in that one.
Forrest Whitaker's also really good in that. He does more than he did in fucking Arrival. No, I like Panic Room. I do think Dragon Tattoo is better. Okay? Amazing CGI work that you would not expect CGI work on. You can find a whole bunch of videos about it online.
The flames.
Super, super fantastic. There's an entire bike chase scene that's CGI, and I wouldn't be able to tell you that. Yeah. I mean, I did just now. But...
So
just watching it, you can't see
is
it.
That you can't tell me.
It's a secret. Shh.
No, but Girl, the opening credits too. Do you remember that movie?
Oh yeah.
It's also, that rape scene is probably one of the most uncomfortable moments I've ever had in a movie theater.
Not as uncomfortable as the Swedish one that I watched with my mom. Fucking solid movie.
I gotta check out the originals.
No, it's definitely worth it.
I was just always kind of hoping that they would finish the trilogy with Fincher.
I could see him doing a great job. Personally, I prefer Naomi Rapace as the girl with the dragon tattoo, as Elizabeth Salander? I don't remember. Really fucking good, though.
Rooney Mara is just... She's got something to her that I think she was...
She definitely has the creepy vibe. Yeah. She does that very well.
Craig's so cool in that role.
As Mikhail Blomkif.
These are actually the names?
Yep.
God, you really do like the film.
I fucking love Dragon Tattoo.
It's a really fun, like, procedural.
Millennium. The reason it's called the Millennium Edition is Millennium was the newspaper that he got fired from in the scandal.
So nerdy.
I fucking love Dragon Tattoo, dude.
It's a great procedural.
Stieg Larsson's Dragon Tattoo.
I keep trying to say this,
and I just keep busting out more quality Dragon Tattoo facts.
It's the kind of film that I love seeing, where it's this procedural kind of slowly unraveling this case. You know, and they're just so much fun, and they pull me in so much. The same, you know. They're just so enthralling.
But what did you pick? Because you also picked a great version, where I think I prefer your English version.
So I picked The Departed, which was remade from Infernal Affairs, which was actually going to be my first impression of the week, but I didn't want to talk about it twice.
Right. Okay.
So I saw Infernal Affairs finally for the first time a little while back, and the reason it took me so long to see it is because I had heard some people say that it was better than The Departed, and The Departed has been one of my favorite movies for so long that I didn't want to watch something that would hurt my, view on The Departed.
Amazing reputation that movie has.
Yeah. And after watching Infernal Affairs, I have to say that I still like The Departed much more. I think some of the key scenes that happen in both movies aren't taken as seriously in Infernal Affairs. I just don't like the way that they have it edited.
Scorsese does a beautiful job of putting the intensity where it matters most.
And for everyone who's seen, the ending are both a little different, and the route that The Departed went just was so much more satisfying than Infernal Affairs, which I felt like after seeing The Departed and watching Infernal Affairs after that, I was just waiting for some of the pivotal ending scenes. And it didn't come.
One of the most surprising moments in film comes from The Departed.
Yes.
Like, Coen Brothers tried to mirror it, I think, with Burn After Reading, with, and I'll just say surprise deaths.
Yeah.
Is as simple as I can put it. Where you know exactly what I mean, but you don't know when.
One thing Infernal Affairs does do that's really good is it sets up, I don't know the actors in Infernal Affairs, but the Matt Damon character, it sets up his beginnings with Jack Nicholson's character, right? In Infernal Affairs, it does that better. That's the only thing I really think it does better.
Yeah. So I think it's interesting with adaptations is for the ones we picked, both are really good. Okay. There's one that I equally kind of share more of an affinity to, but I think the important thing with adaptations of any sort, whether it's novelizations towards movies or from comic books or from a foreign language movie, is you need to change enough but still hold the strongest elements.
Yeah.
Build upon what worked, but don't make it predictable, so if somebody's already seen the other one, it's the same thing. That's one thing that I think Fincher didn't really do as much as I wanted him to, because it's such a super solid story, so I'm not upset by it as much. But that's something that I think if you want to make the new version better, that's something you need to do. Like, I prefer Gone Girl to the book. Like, the movie is more shocking and visceral and another David Fincher film. Can you tell I like David Fincher? Who would have thought?
Yeah, I agree. I agree with what you're saying, but I still also feel like when it comes to, these kind of like remakes and stuff, you shouldn't be scared to change it up.
Yeah, and I think it's trying to figure out what works best with your audience, because it's a very, very different audience to see a story. Like, the audience for Infernal Affairs was very different than the audience for The Departed. And I think they both worked very, very well with their audiences. Mm-hmm. So I don't think that's a failure in any sense.
Yeah.
And there you go. Ended on a super serious note. That's weird. That's new for us. Where are all the goofs? No dick jokes? What have we become?
Well, here's a teaser for next week. Just a bunch of dick jokes. So
we didn't draw the next question.
No, I know. That's why. So now that we've kind of wrapped up that little segment, we have to go to the still yet.
It's still just a Google Docs. I'm sorry, guys.
Yeah.
I haven't made the box yet, or the bowl, or the cup. I haven't made the chalice in which our questions will come from.
You know,
the goblet of questions.
I actually have the cup that they used in The Last Crusade. Mm-hmm. I actually have the Holy Grail.
Like the real Holy Grail?
Like just the one that they used on set.
Do you really?
No, that'd be so
Fuck you. I would totally use that to put dumb movie questions
Not ever. That would be so encased in like bulletproof something.
So eventually we'll get some sort of container to keep all these burning, passionate questions that we must answer. Basically the only thing connecting one episode to another, other than our dumb jokes.
I mean, I do have like an empty bag of chips that we could fill with some questions.
Looks like this week we're going, it's salt and vinegar. Weird.
We really get to digest those questions.
A stale Dorito. Can't wait.
Each week.
I'm sorry, hold on. No. Did you just say we'll really get a chance to digest these questions?
Yes, I did.
I'm done with the podcast. That's it. That's the end.
That was pretty good, wasn't it?
All right, you got me. I love the fans too much. So let's get straight to drawing our next question. I still got a Google Docs page open. Again, random colors. This week, our colors: pink,
ooh,
purple,
oh,
salmon.
What the fuck?
I wanted to change it up a little bit.
Let's go with, I like fish, so let's go with salmon.
You guys want to know the question?
I would like to know the question.
So the question is, Cool Ranch Dorito. No, I'm kidding. That's a classic bit. The question for next week is best spy movie. Hold on there, mister. Getting a little ahead of yourself. Best spy movie that isn't a James Bond film.
But all my answers are James Bond films.
Goldfinger. Skyfall. Quantum of Solace. JK. Not that one.
It's so bad.
But yeah, no, I think that'd be pretty interesting.
Moonraker.
Octopussy. I don't know.
Can we just talk quickly, since we won't talk about this on the next episode, that in Goldfinger, the whole thing is swayed because James Bond is so good at having sex that Pussy Galore actually switches sides.
You know,
she gets fucked so good that she's like, you know what, my days of being a bad person are over. Mm-hmm. Like, that's what happened. Like, normally it's like we defused the bomb, but it's like in this it's like no. James Bond just had sex.
Too good at sex. So, until we answer that question, here's a little look ahead at some of next week's best goofs and gags. Bye!
What this world needs right now is Olaf to be the one to bring us all together.
We got... You better lock me up. I'm a slasher of prices. Tom Cruise as Keanu Reeves as Jack Whitcower.
What am I, some sort of dummy?
You are absolutely wrong, sir. Alright, let's break it down.
Let's just...
That was Queen's We Will Rock You.
He's a clumsy, lovable idiot.
This is really good. David and Ethan watching movies, some good, some bad. This is Feature Cast. God damn it.
but did you steal the Alicia Malone bit again? Like,
Yeah. No, it's just gonna stay in here.
Why?
I just want it. It's nice.
God damn it.